Think about how much of your life has been spent in that exact loop. It's a universal frustration, a tiny digital tax we've all paid for decades. But have you ever stopped to wonder why? Why did we spend 20 years living with a connector that was wrong 50% of the time? And how did we go from a world of 20 different proprietary power cables to a single tiny port that can power your laptop, your phone, and your monitor all at once? The story of the USB isn't just about wires and plastic. It's a story of corporate warfare, a desperate search for simplicity, and a high-stakes gamble that almost didn't pay off. Before we dive deeper, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss more tech stories like this. Put yourself in the shoes of a computer user in 1994. You just bought a new printer. You're excited. But then, you look at the back of your machine. It's a nightmare. You've got a massive 25-pin parallel port for the printer. You've got a round PS/2 port for your mouse and another one for your keyboard. If you want a joystick, that's a different game port. You want an external drive? That's probably a SCSI interface that requires its own degree to understand. Nothing was hot swappable. If you plugged something in while the computer was on, there was a genuine chance you'd short-circuit the motherboard, or, at the very least, crash the entire system. You had to shut down, screw in those tiny, annoying metal bolts, reboot, and pray the drivers worked. Then, a group of 7 companies, including Intel, Microsoft, and IBM, decided they'd had enough. They wanted a universal serial bus. But here's the thing about the word universal. Everyone wants it, but no one wants to give up their own standard to get there. In 1996, USB 1.0 was born, but it wasn't the hero we think it was. It was slow. I'm talking 1.5 megabits per second. It couldn't even handle a basic external hard drive. It was a ghost in the machine until 1998, when Apple released the iMac G3, the translucent teal one. And they did something that felt like a betrayal at the time. They stripped away every other port. No floppy drive, no legacy ports. Just USB. Suddenly, the world had to catch up. But as USB started to win the war, a new problem emerged. The engineers wanted the connector to be cheap. To make it cheap, they decided it didn't need to be flippable. They figured, hey, it's a 50-50 shot. People will figure it out. They underestimated us, and they underestimated the USB superposition. That phenomenon where you try both sides. And somehow, neither works until the third attempt. As we moved into the 2000s, USB 2.0 arrived. It was faster, it was better, and it changed everything. This was the era of the iPod, the digital camera, and the first smartphones. Do you remember having a tech drawer full of tangled cables? You had the chunky USB-B for your printer. You had mini USB for your GPS. Then came micro USB, which was so thin and fragile it felt like it would snap if you breathed on it too hard. And let's not forget the proprietary years. Every phone manufacturer, Nokia, Motorola, Samsung, had their own weird, jagged charging pin. We were living in a fragmented world. We had the speed of USB 2.0, but we had the soul of the 90s. We needed a bridge. By 2008, we were hitting a wall again. We were starting to film in HD. USB 2.0 was like trying to empty a swimming pool with a straw. USB 3.0 arrived with its signature blue color, promising speeds 10 times faster. But it brought more confusion. Remember the micro USB-B connector? That weird double-wide plug used for external hard drives? It looked like 2 connectors glued together. It was ugly. It was clunky. And it was the moment the industry realized that the rectangular USB-A port we'd loved since 1996 had reached its limit. It couldn't carry enough power to charge a laptop, and it couldn't handle the data speeds we were dreaming of. In 2014, the USB-C specification was finalized. And for the first time in history, the engineers actually listened to the people. No more up or down. It was reversible. Finally. USB-C isn't just a USB cable. It's a pipe, and you can choose what flows through that pipe. 1 second it's carrying 100 watts of power to charge a MacBook Pro. The next, it's carrying 40 gigabits of data via Thunderbolt. The next, it's sending 4K video signals to a monitor. It did what no other cable could. It became the one cable to rule them all. We went through the dongle era. We had to buy new bricks, new car chargers, new everything. For a few years, it felt like we were moving backward. But look at where we are now. Even the iPhone, the final holdout with its Lightning port, has surrendered to the Type-C. For the first time since the invention of the computer, you can take one cable out of your bag and know, with 99% certainty, that it will work with almost every device you own. That's not just tech. That's a miracle of global cooperation. We're already seeing USB 4, which pushes speeds so fast that the line between an internal component and an external gadget is disappearing. We're reaching a point where the port itself might become the bottleneck. But there's a quiet threat to the USB's throne, a world with no ports at all. Wireless charging is getting faster. Cloud syncing is getting more seamless. There's a version of the future where the universal serial bus is something we talk about in history books, like the floppy disk or the dial-up modem. But for now, we finally have the dream. One port, any direction, everything connected. It took us 30 years to get to a place where we don't have to think about our cables. It's a small thing, but it's a reminder of how far we've come. From the messy, bolted-on pins of the 90s to the elegant simplicity of today. If you've still got a drawer full of old mini USB cables that you're holding onto just in case, maybe this is your sign to finally let them go. What's the one piece of tech you still have that uses a weird, outdated port? If you enjoyed this tech journey, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more stories about the gadgets that shape our lives.